Hey everyone, and welcome to a very special episode of, well, not really an episode, but you get it. We're going on an adventure today. Fasten your seatbelts because we're about to take off on a whirlwind tour of the most surreal places on Earth. If you enjoy this journey with me, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more amazing travel adventures. We're talking about places so unbelievable, you'll think you've stepped into a painting, or maybe even onto another planet. And the best part? You don't even have to leave your couch. Get ready to explore hidden wonders, discover ancient secrets, and maybe even add a few destinations to your bucket list. We'll give you the inside scoop on everything from the best time to visit to the tastiest local treats. So what are we waiting for? Let's get this show on the road. First up, we're jetting off to Bolivia, where we're about to witness something truly magical. The Salar de Uyuni. Picture this, a salt flat so vast it stretches as far as the eye can see. We're talking 4,086 square miles of dazzling white salt. Now here's where it gets really cool. During the rainy season, this massive salt flat transforms into a giant mirror reflecting the sky above. Can you imagine? It's like walking on clouds. But the Salar de Uyuni is more than just a pretty face. It's also a place steeped in history and culture. You can explore ancient Inca ruins, discover unique rock formations, and even spend the night in a hotel made entirely of salt. And don't forget to try the local delicacy llama meat. Okay, maybe not everyone's cup of tea, but hey, when in Rome, right? Or should I say when in Bolivia? Next stop, we're heading stateside to the breathtaking Antelope Canyon in Arizona. Get your cameras ready, folks, because this place is a photographer's dream come true. Imagine this, slot canyons carved by centuries of wind and water, creating swirling patterns of light and shadow. It's like stepping into a kaleidoscope. The best time to visit? Well, that depends on what you're looking for. Midday is ideal for capturing those iconic beams of light that pierce through the narrow openings. But if you prefer softer, more diffused lighting, early morning or late afternoon will be your jam. Now, a little tip from yours truly. When taking photos, don't forget to look up. The real magic happens when you capture the sky peeking through those sandstone walls. And hey, if you're lucky, you might even spot a few desert critters along the way. Just watch out for those rattlesnakes. So grab your hiking boots, slather on that sunscreen, and get ready to experience the awe-inspiring beauty of Antelope Canyon. Trust me, it's a sight you won't soon forget. All right, everybody, buckle up because next we're going desert surfing. Welcome to the Empty Quarter, or Rub Al Khali, the largest sand desert in the world. Right here in Liwa, Abu Dhabi, lies one of the most breathtaking landscapes on Earth. This is nature at its purest, towering sand dunes, some reaching heights of over 300 meters, sculpted by the winds of time. The desert isn't just about sand, it's about adventure and discovery. Whether it's dune bashing, camel treks, or simply soaking in the peace of the vast expanse, there's something magical here. And when the sun sets, the desert transforms into a stargazer's paradise, free from light pollution, a perfect spot to connect with the universe. So, if you're looking for serenity, adventure, or inspiration, the Liwa Dunes of the Empty Quarter are waiting for you. Come experience the magic. Okay friends, next get ready for Pamukkale, Turkey, a place so gorgeous it'll make you say ooh la la. And no, I don't speak French, but this place just oozes elegance. Imagine sparkling white terraces filled with turquoise thermal pools cascading down a hillside. It's like something out of a dream. And the best part? You can actually swim in these mineral-rich waters. They say it does wonders for your skin. And who wouldn't want to soak in a natural spa while surrounded by stunning views? Just watch out for the toga-wearing tourists. But wait, there's more. Perched on top of these dazzling terraces are the ruins of Hierapolis, an ancient Greco-Roman city. So you can soak up the history and the hot springs all in one go. And after a long day of exploring, treat yourself to some delicious Turkish delights. Because let's be honest, no vacation is complete without a little indulgence. Next at number 6, we're heading stateside to a place that looks like it belongs on another planet, the Wave. This sandstone rock formation in Arizona is like Mother Nature's very own skate park. Except instead of half pipes, you have these incredible swirling lines and troughs. Now, you can't just show up with your skateboard and go for it, though that would make for a great show, wouldn't it? To get a permit to hike the wave, you gotta enter a lottery system. It's like the Hunger Games, but for nature lovers. But trust me, the views are worth the wait. Just imagine yourself standing in the middle of these vibrant red and orange waves, the sun shining down, and you're like, is this real life or am I in a painting? Spoiler alert, it's real life. Don't forget your camera, plenty of water, and your best hiking shoes. And hey, if you happen to win the lottery twice, save me a spot, okay? G'day, mates! Next at number 7, we're jetting off to the land of kangaroos and koalas, Australia, to visit a lake that's pretty and pink, Lake Hillier. You know how much I love pink, so this one's right up my alley. This lake is like someone poured a giant bottle of Pepto-Bismol into it, but in the best way possible. Scientists believe the pink hue comes from a combination of algae and bacteria living in the water. Mother Nature's a pretty good artist, isn't she? And the best part is, even though it looks like a strawberry milkshake, it's perfectly safe to swim in. Though you might get a few funny looks if you try to take a sip. Next up at number 8, we're heading to Northern Ireland to visit a place that's straight out of a fairy tale, the Giant's Causeway. Now, this isn't your average beach. Instead of sand, you'll find over 40,000 interlocking basalt columns, all perfectly hexagonal. Legend has it that these columns were formed by a giant named Finn McCool, who built a causeway to Scotland to fight another giant. Now, I don't know about you, but I think that's a lot of effort just to settle an argument. They should have just arm wrestled or something. But giant fights aside, this place is truly magical. You can walk along the columns, explore the rugged coastline, and let your imagination run wild. Just try not to trip on the rocks, okay? I'm talking from experience here. And while you're there, make sure to stop by the visitor center to learn more about the history and geology of this incredible place. Plus, they might have souvenirs. And you know how much I love a good souvenir. Hey everybody, welcome back to Most Surreal Places You Must Visit. Next, get ready to have your minds blown because we're heading over to Chile, a country that's basically synonymous with jaw-dropping beauty. And trust me, the marble caves definitely live up to the hype. Picture this crystal clear turquoise water, so vibrant you'd think someone poured in a giant bottle of Gatorade. But here's the kicker. The water isn't just some pretty shade of blue, it's reflecting off of these incredible marble walls. I'm talking about intricate swirls and patterns, like some kind of giant artist just went wild with a paintbrush. And get this, the colors change throughout the day depending on the light. Talk about a natural mood ring. Now you know I love a good boat ride, and these caves are best explored by, you guessed it, boat. Imagine gliding through these watery corridors, the marble reflecting off the water, creating this almost otherworldly glow. You might even feel like you've been transported to another planet. Don't forget your camera, folks, because you're gonna want to capture every single angle of this natural wonder. And the best part? The best time to visit is between December and March. That's right, folks. Perfect excuse for a little winter getaway. Just imagine swapping out snow boots for flip-flops. Next, hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to dive into a world of color that would make even the most vibrant rainbow jealous. This is Grand Prismatic Spring in Yellowstone National Park, and let me tell you, it's like Mother Nature decided to throw a giant tie-dye party. This isn't your average backyard swimming pool, people. We're talking about the largest hot spring in the United States. And get this, the colors? Totally natural. They come from different types of bacteria that thrive in the hot water. It's like a giant science experiment, but way more beautiful and way less likely to explode. Now, you know I love a good boardwalk stroll. And luckily for us, there's a boardwalk that circles the entire spring. Talk about a scenic power walk, right? You can gaze down into the steaming water, marvel at the colors, and maybe even spot a bison or two roaming around in the distance. Just, maybe admire them from afar. Those guys can be a bit unpredictable. And hey, while you're in Yellowstone, why stop there? We're talking geysers shooting water hundreds of feet into the air, bubbling mud pots that sound like they came straight out of a sci-fi movie, and enough wildlife to keep you entertained for days. Just remember to pack your camera, your sense of adventure, and maybe a little extra patience for those traffic jams. Hey, when you've got bison crossing the road, you gotta respect the flow, right? Next, buckle up, everybody, because we're about to embark on a journey to a place so unique, so bizarre, you might think we've left Earth altogether. Say hello to Socotra Island, a place where the trees look like they belong in a Dr. Seuss book, and the animals are like nothing you've ever seen before. This island is like a giant science experiment gone right. Because it's been isolated for millions of years, the plants and animals here have evolved in ways you wouldn't believe. Take the dragon blood tree, for example. It looks like a giant umbrella, but instead of fabric, it's got this bright red sap that, legend has it, is actually dragon blood. Don't worry, you don't have to slay any dragons to see it, but it's pretty darn cool nonetheless. And speaking of cool, the animals here are just as strange and wonderful. We're talking giant flightless birds, colorful chameleons, and even a species of cucumber tree. It's like stepping into a real-life Avatar movie minus the blue people and the whole saving the planet thing. Now I know what you're thinking. Ellen, this place sounds amazing, but how do I even get there? Well, it does take a bit of effort, but trust me, it's worth it. You can fly into the main airport and then hop on a boat or a smaller plane to explore the island. Just be prepared for some seriously stunning scenery and an adventure you'll never forget. Next, we're talking about the Northern Lights, people. It's like Mother Nature took a paintbrush and went wild in the sky. Seriously? These vibrant greens, blues, and purples dancing across the night sky? It's like something out of a dream, or maybe a disco party thrown by a very artistic aurora borealis. Now, you can't just see these magical lights anywhere. Your best bet is to head north, way north. Think Alaska, Canada, Iceland, Scandinavia. Those are the kinds of places where the Northern Lights like to hang out. And timing is everything, folks. You'll want to go during the winter months when the nights are long and dark. Trust me, it's worth braving the cold for this spectacle. But what causes this dazzling display, you ask? Well, it's all thanks to some electrifying activity happening way up in the Earth's atmosphere. When charged particles from the sun collide with our atmosphere, they create these incredible light shows. It's like science and art had a baby, and that baby is the Northern Lights. So bundle up, grab a thermos of hot cocoa, and prepare to be amazed. Okay, picture this. You're cruising through a desert, right? But instead of the usual sand dunes, you're surrounded by these giant chalk-white rock formations. I'm talking massive mushrooms, towering ice cream cones, and all sorts of otherworldly shapes. Welcome to the White Desert of Egypt, everyone. It's like you've stepped onto another planet, but with better snacks, hopefully. Now, these funky formations weren't always here. They're actually the result of millions of years of erosion, wind and sand slowly sculpting the chalk landscape into these incredible shapes. It's like nature's own art exhibit, and you're invited to wander through it. And speaking of wandering, the best way to experience the White Desert is by taking a desert tour. You can hop in a 4x4, ride a camel, or even camp out under the stars. Just imagine, you, a campfire, and these giant glowing white sculptures all around you. It's the perfect setting for telling spooky stories or, just roasting marshmallows and enjoying the peace and quiet. Next, hold on to your hats, folks, because we're about to get a little ready for this next destination. I'm talking about the Red Beach in China, a place so unique it looks like something straight out of a Dr. Seuss book. Now, you might be thinking, a red beach? What's so special about that? Well, this isn't your average sandy shore. Instead of golden sand, this beach is covered in a type of red seaweed called sueda. And during the fall, this seaweed turns a vibrant crimson, creating a sea of red that stretches as far as the eye can see. It's also an important ecosystem, providing a habitat for all sorts of birds and other wildlife. So while you're there, be sure to keep an eye out for feathered friends and other critters. And hey, maybe pack a picnic basket and have yourself a little red-themed feast. Just don't blame me if the seagulls try to steal your chips. Hey everybody, welcome back to the countdown. This next spot is seriously like something out of a fairy tale. You know those picture-perfect waterfalls you see on postcards? Well, Plitvice Lakes National Park in Croatia has like a gazillion of them. Seriously, there are 16 lakes in total, all connected by these gorgeous cascading waterfalls. And get this, the water is crystal clear. and the most amazing shades of blue and green, like straight out of a mermaid movie. You can explore the park on these wooden walkways that wind through the waterfalls and around the lakes. It's magical. And the best part, you might even spot some wildlife along the way. We're talking deer, bears, and even lynx. Don't worry, they're more scared of you than you are of them, hopefully. So pack your hiking boots and your camera, because Plitvice Lakes National Park is a must-see for any nature lover. Stay tuned for more surreal spots right after the break. Welcome back, everyone. Now, have you ever wanted to live in a mushroom house like the Smurfs? Don't judge, I know I have. Well, Cappadocia in Turkey is about as close as you're gonna get. This place is famous for its fairy chimneys, which are these tall, cone-shaped rock formations that look like something straight out of a Dr. Seuss book. People actually carved homes and churches into these chimneys centuries ago, and some people still live in them today. How cool is that? But for the real fairy tale experience, you gotta take a hot air balloon ride over Cappadocia. Imagine floating over these whimsical landscapes as the sun rises. It's like a scene from a dream, and if you really want to splurge, you can even spend the night in a cave hotel. Talk about a room with a view. All right, folks, buckle up because this next destination is out of this world. We're heading to Lanqua Maranhenses National Park in Brazil, a place that looks like it belongs on another planet. Imagine miles and miles of pristine white sand dunes, and nestled in between those dunes, thousands of crystal clear blue and green lagoons. It's like the desert decided to have a pool party, and everyone's invited. The best part? These lagoons are filled with rainwater, so you can actually swim in them. Talk about a refreshing desert oasis. Now here's the catch. These lagoons come and go with the seasons. The best time to see them in their full glory is during the rainy season, which runs from June to September. And trust me, it's worth planning your trip around. We'll be right back with more amazing places, so don't go anywhere. Hey everybody, welcome back to the countdown. This next one is truly something else. We're talking about Trolltunga, which literally translates to troll tongue. It's this big, beautiful slab of rock that juts straight out over this massive lake in Norway. Getting to this rock is no joke. It's like a 10-hour hike. And once you get there, oh my goodness, the view. You're standing on this rock 1,000 feet above the ground. Ciao, everyone! Next, we're jetting off to Italy, but don't get too excited about the pasta just yet. We're visiting Mount Etna, Europe's highest and most active volcano. I know what you're thinking, active volcano? Ellen, are you sure this is safe? Well, let me tell you, it's a popular spot for hikers and adventurers. Just imagine, you could be trekking up the slopes of a real-life volcano, and the views from the top, spectacular. You can see the whole of Sicily on a clear day. Of course, you need to be careful around an active volcano. There are guides available who know the area well and can keep you safe. Plus, they probably know the best places to grab some delicious Italian food after your hike. Speaking of food, did I mention that the volcanic soil around Mount Etna is super fertile? They grow amazing grapes there, which means fantastic wine. So hike the volcano, enjoy the view, and then relax with a glass of vino. Sounds like the perfect Italian vacation to me. Okay, folks, buckle up because we're heading back to the USA, to a place called Fly Geyser in Nevada. Now, this isn't your average run-of-the-mill geyser. Imagine a geyser that erupts not with water, but with vibrant multicolored water. That's Fly Geyser. This geothermal wonder is constantly shooting out hot water, and the minerals in the water have created these incredible, colorful formations that look like something from another planet. You know, I bet those aliens we keep hearing about, the ones visiting Area 51, they probably stopped by Fly Geyser for a little photo op. I mean, who could resist a selfie with something this unique and colorful? Sadly, Fly Geyser is on private land, so you can't just waltz right up to it. But you can get a glimpse of it from the road, and trust me, it's a sight you won't want to miss. It's like Mother Nature decided to get creative with a tie-dye kit. Well, that's it for our whirlwind tour of 20 of the most surreal places on Earth. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to pack my bags and book a flight right this second. If you enjoyed this journey with me, be sure to give this video a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel for more amazing travel adventures. And hey, tell me in the comments, which of these surreal spots would you most like to visit? Until next time, keep exploring, keep dreaming, and keep on dancing. Happy travels, everyone!